You guys are way more jacked than he is, I'll tell you that.
Than Jason?
Correct.
Than Jason Kelsey. I don't know about that. That is a strong guy. No?
Not particularly. No.
You're going to fire him up. He's going to see
He's
this.
just
He don't wanna fight us.
radically athletic, like way beyond anything that you would expect. He's strong, but like you would expect, like holy shit, like all pro, multi-time, D-line or O-line or whatever he is, like he just has that magic fucking shit, man. He knows exactly where to be when it's time to be there.
So he's officially retired, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah,
as far as I know.
He was on the Eagles.
Correct.
For a long time.
Yeah.
And he reached out to you for coaching?
Yeah, we did a collab, and then he was like, I'm trying to like figure out what to do with fitness and stuff. And I was like, well, like, let me know. And sure he did. So I don't know if that's is this being recorded? Is that going on the podcast?
Unless you don't want to.
No, I think it's okay. Yeah. Helping him out a little bit. Nothing formal. He'd probably just tell me to go fuck myself after 3 interactions. But.
Yeah. But I'll go into the intro that way the people know who we're talking to. Yes, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Think With a Pump. We just got a brutal pump with our special guest. Luke, do you want to go ahead and introduce our guest?
Today's guest is Dr. Mike Israetel, guys. We got a highly requested guest on the podcast.
We finally got him. We pulled up at his house. He did not give us his address. We won't tell you how we got it, but we made it here.
He didn't give us his number either.
But for the audio listeners who may not have ever seen you, heard of you, how would you explain what you do and who you are?
What's legal for me to say? No, I'm kidding. I was a longtime professor of exercise and sports science. So I have a PhD in sport physiology, and I am a competitive bodybuilder, competitive Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu grappler, and I have a YouTube channel with my friends, and we make YouTubes. And apparently they're somewhat entertaining and somewhat informational, and we haven't gotten shut down yet.
Nice.
So until we do, just kind of try and help people to get jacked and lean and have a good time on their fitness journey. And we have a couple apps at RP, my company, so it help you get in shape. That's just what we do.
Awesome. He also forgot to mention he is top 1% in OnlyFans, so you?
In a specific category of OnlyFans. Pain fetishism.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's a huge category. It's like half of OnlyFans.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. All right, guys.
How many channels do you have? Because I feel like I've looked you up before, and you have multiple channels, correct?
2.
Yeah.
I have a channel. The RP Strength channel is for fitness stuff, and then the Just Mike Israetel is for like philosophy, I guess, and how to deal with life stuff, and a bit of science and AI and all that stuff. Kind of like my vision of maybe if we did a few things differently, society and individuals would feel better and things would work better. But like, that's just a hobby. So I'm like a dilettante asshole who probably gets like 90% of the shit wrong. Right. But it's nice. People like it. The comments are like super positive usually. So I don't know. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Now, how would you describe yourself as a lifter? Would you consider yourself like the ultimate science-based lifter?
Holy shit. That's Jeff Nippard.
Jeff Nippard.
Never ever question the king ever again. There's only one. Actually, no. I actually accused Jeff Nippard once of being a short king because I'm also a short king, and I figured that was cool. And he turns to me and he smirks and he goes, "Short God," and I was like, and it hit. So I might be a short king, but there are gods in this game, like Mr. Jeff Nippard. I say he's the ultimate science-based lifter. I'm a person that tries to combine science on the study side, formal science, with my own personal observations, with having coached a bunch of athletes and being involved in that, and read a bunch of stuff about how people respond to various interventions, to try to coalesce to like, here's some pretty fucking good advice for how to lift, here's some pretty bad advice for just don't do shit like this usually, and then here's stuff in the middle that I'm not quite sure about, but maybe we can have a little bit of an understanding so that we can pick the stuff in the middle reasonably and do our best to test out to see how it works. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think that since Jeff Nippard is a science-based god, is that because he knows more about exercise science than you? Would you give him the throne there?
He's just really good looking. There's just no other way to describe that. Like,
that answers the
you
question.
show grandma a video of me. She's like, oh, she spills her tea because I'm grotesque. And they show Jeff Nippard, and she's like, oh, I used to be beautiful back in the day, honey, and I could have bagged that man. And you're like, well, maybe, grandma. No, Jeff has a phenomenal way of taking quite complex concepts and making them very simple and accessible to a broad range of people. I think his content, his videos are just insanely engaging. They're really entertaining, amazing graphics, amazing presentation. He always has a real good idea. They're very compelling. I would say my videos are substantially less compelling, but probably like more density of information and way more dick jokes, like maybe times 10 or something like that. So I'm kind of like...
I'm going to watch it.
There you go. Yeah, I'm kind of maybe a little bit more, I don't want to say underground, I guess that time has passed. I'm a little bit more on the hardcore side of things than Jeff Nippard, and he's a bit more of like, almost everyone can relate to Jeff Nippard's content, which is incredible because, well, we need to appeal to everyone to bring them into fitness and have everyone have a good time. But if you've been into fitness a little while and you're like, oh, I kind of maybe want to take my shit to the next level and be a little bit more sciencey, a little bit more precise, then yeah, you can watch some of our videos and become a fucking nerd, and then you lose your girlfriend, probably never had a girlfriend before if you're into our shit, and then you get more jacked, but happiness never quite follows. But maybe if you get really jacked, you'll become happy. That's what I'm betting on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're still trying to get there?
Oh, absolutely, every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's good. Everyone needs goals, you know?
Yeah, that's what I always say.
Now, you mentioned that he was good looking. Do you think attractive people have it easier in life?
I love this. Is a great question. How long can I spend on this one?
You can talk as much as you
45 minutes.
Yeah.
I think that every kind of different person gets a split of shit that's easier for them and shit that's harder for them. And I think that's true about everyone. So that I don't think there's any such thing as saying blanket with no nuance, XYZ type of people have it easier. You know what I mean? But attractive people both have some very tough hurdles to overcome that unattractive people don't, and they have a fuckload of advantages as well. So I think it's both.
Right.
On net balance, yeah, hell yeah, it's advantages. Now, there are nuanced situations in which they're not advantages. So for example, if you're a really hot girl and you've been hot your whole life, you've had one particular kind of interaction your whole life. If you do not enjoy that kind of interaction, there's no way to get out of it. There's only so many hoodies you can wear. Motherfuckers discover that you're cute as fuck. They start talking to you all different. For example, if you're an attractive girl, you just walk down the street. People will go out of the way to talk shit to you. They try to shoot their shot. Can you imagine that? Everyone's trying to shoot their shot all the fucking time. You have a boyfriend. You have a husband. Nobody cares. It's a day you don't want to talk to people. They're still going to talk to you. You're going to deal with you exactly the same way. Because if you're a super hot girl, they're not trying to be like, oh, like, what kind of insightful ideas do you have? What are you like emotionally as a human? Almost no one who fronts to you ever assumes that. They're just like, hello, you look like a blowjob machine. I've ran out of quarters. Can I have a blowjob? More or less. And it's like a really one-dimensional interaction. So that's definitely a thing. If you're a good-looking guy, a lot of people will think maybe you're not as intelligent or not as hardworking because you're handsome. You just kind of got it all easy, and they sort of assume that about you when they talk to you. That definitely happens. Now, on the plus side, man, being good looking is, I mean, if you show two people a video, same video, in one video it's ugly, me, in the other video, identical, is Jeff Nippard, beautiful, handsome, they're going to be like, you know, at least 60-40, they're going to be like, that I like the guy that looks like an elf. I don't want to look at goblin fucking whatever the fuck this is. So if you are very unattractive as a male, everything in life, pretty much, other than like technical work, like if you are getting hired as a computer programmer, it does not fucking matter what you look like. You just, can you do this coding problem? Sweet, you're in. But in a lot of other ways in life, especially dating, relationships, friendships, it's tougher if you're not fucking awesome looking. And if you're awesome looking, it's both easier, but also you get more people inbound, and you have to be better at selecting who's really your friend or who's around to, like, you know, kind of like, so if you're a hot girl, you have friends that are really genuine friends. And then you have some friends that are there to catch like the dudes that bounce off of you and into them, you know? And then there are girls who want to be you. They're almost as attractive than you, but they're not quite there. And they have a fuckload of spite for you. And they plot against you and they talk shit. And like that's a thing girls deal with constantly.
Oh, for sure.
Whereas with guys, I feel like guys have it easier. Like when guys have friends, pretty sure they're your real friends.
Yeah.
With girls, it's not as easy. But if you're a good-looking guy, maybe you get some of the same. If you're unattractive and you have close friends, they are for sure your friends.
Right.
You don't have to worry about shit. So a little bit of yin and yang there. Yeah.
Right.
What do you guys think about that?
It's a great answer. In terms of just life, I think you hit it. I think you hit it head on. I think that was a great answer. And social media, 100%. It's easier to be attractive.
For sure. Well, nobody really knows who the real you is, so it's all just your face for a while.
Yeah.
True. Absolutely.
Yeah, I guess it really just depends. But you're right about like the kind of the split. Like they're gonna have their advantages, probably maybe not like socially, but they're probably, I don't know, more intellectual. They're probably, you know, smarter or got this and got that.
Sure.
And then like the attractive person lacks and all that, but also doesn't get that same like social response. Like you're just getting hit on because you're good looking. You never get to ask how you feel.
Yeah, maybe look, a lot of those girls that are really hot will run through hookups and short-term boyfriends, and they'll be like, I just don't know like why anyone wants to be with me like long term. And the funny thing is that like two answers to that on the extremes. One answer is like you are selecting the wrong dudes, because if you were like a girl who has like a really in-depth like emotional life, and you're a very careful thinker, you're very considerate, you're thoughtful, and you date like bro douchebags all the time because they're the only ones with balls to come up to you, and also you find them physically attractive, you're just going to be dating a lot of fucking idiots all the time, and you're going to be like, I hate these fucking people. And you're not going to find what you're looking for. On the other hand, you might have just been valued exclusively for your attractiveness, and this is fucked up to say, but it's true for a small minority of girls, that you're actually just really good looking, and there's not much else special about you. I mean, there could be if you developed it, but you never did. True. You just coasted through life being hot as fuck.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, why don't guys like want to be with me for like long term? Because like, okay, I see you once, you're hot as fuck. I fucking hit it, we bang, it's fucking great. We bang another time, it's cool. We bang another time, and you're not really learning how my body works and me either, because I don't give a fuck about you. I talk to you for 5 extra minutes after sex, and I'm like, I need to get the fuck out of here. This is the stupidest, most self-infatuated person I've ever seen. Time number 4, you just won't see my ass. I'll be a fucking ghost. And they'd be like, yeah, that explains like all my relationships. So a lot of times people who are very attractive, no fault of their own, just either assume like I'm amazing, or just think like, oh, I'm amazing because I'm attractive. But for long-term relationships, friendships, that stuff doesn't go anywhere. Like you guys that are good-looking guys, quite popular on social media and stuff, you have no problem attracting girls and shit. Like hot girls are great until date number 2. And then you're like, oh, what else you got? And she's like, that's it. And you're like, man, you're not really a dating type. Like the hookup was awesome, but see you never. Right? And so I think a lot of girls like who are super attractive, I mean, imagine getting like 50 DMs from thirsty guys and then not being able to lock down a single decent boyfriend for fucking months or years. Like that's gotta fucking...
I mean, that's damn accurate. Yeah. That's just kind of the way it kind of goes.
You guys have heard from girlfriends and stuff that shit like that happens, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, no, I have a girlfriend, but like my girlfriend has plenty of friends, and I've just seen it left and right, or just interacted with between the time I was like probably 17 to now. That's pretty much the way it goes. Yeah, just surface level stuff. Yep. You give it up, and then it's like, oh well, that's good. I'm good with it.
See ya.
Yeah. But like when you're not necessarily like super attractive, you're finding more about the actual person. Maybe the first instinct wasn't to go bang her. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you're actually developing emotional connections and intellectual connections, having conversations, and then by the time you guys actually do the deed, you're like, wow, that felt a lot better than when I just met this girl and she gave it up on 100%. Night 2.
I want to stick around. One thing is like, so I'm married, and my wife is as cool as fuck. She's like my best friend. Yeah. And that really is like the fun. Like she's hot too, but like if all her hotness went away, it just really wouldn't change much. I would like sexually harass her less, I guess. We're at work, I'm like, bitch, what the fuck? But it really is so important in relationships to be with someone you actually like to hang out with.
Right.
And like, because people are like, you guys know the concept of like a trophy wife, like a trophy girlfriend, like she's hot as fuck, so all your friends are like, oh my God, dude, her titties. And you're like, yeah, man, I'm the fucking man, I made it.
Yeah.
But like, you go home and she's like, oh my God, like your shows are stupid, let's watch mine. And she watches some stupid shit and you're like, I fucking can't be here anymore.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how hot you are. After about like a day or two of hanging out with someone, you're like, okay, actually you could look like whatever. If we're gonna hang out, like you have to be cool.
Yeah.
And if you're not cool, I'm good. And so if you think about like, how do girls present on social media, or hot girls present in regular life when you don't interact with them at depth? They just like present with their face and their body, and you're like, oh my God, what's up, cute little fucking titties, bitch, let's get it going. You hit her up, and then you're like, oh wait, I'm selecting for entirely the wrong thing for relationships. So if you're trying to plow a ton of bitches, like, hey, cute ones, they're the greatest, right? But as soon as you're trying to get into a long-term meaningful relationship that you don't want to like just like end it all and run away for every single day they're around, you got to think about that next level characteristic. And sometimes a girl that's like pretty cute, nothing to stand out with, you talk to her for a while and you're like, dude, this bitch has fucking layers. This is fucking dope. And if you feel emotionally connected with someone, all of a sudden it really changes how you see them physically, in my experience. Because like 100%. Also if she's like, this is getting a little extreme, but if she's good in the sack, like technically good, like being cute and having a nice body, it's dope, right? But like you can be 6'9" and have really long arms and still suck at basketball because you can't move. Just the same way, if she's fucking really good in bed, then man, that's a lot of attractive points you would trade off, because especially if you're regularly doing it, that counts for a ton. You can be cute as fuck. If you're just like lay there, it's like, this is cool once or twice. After that, like I'm good.
Need something out of
Bye.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, personality is everything, because that could bring like a
10.
a 6 to a 10, like good personality.
Or or she's really, really hot, and then you get to meet her, and then her personality sucks. And everything that she likes sucks, and you're just like, damn, like that could bring her down to like a 5.
Bro, well, that's the thing is,
I've
like,
seen beautiful
there's
girls
also two
ugly.
different. Oh yeah. There's two different scales, especially for guys, and I don't know that a lot of girls know this. I think they do, but some don't. There is the like hookup scale and the relationship scale. And like, there's tons of girls that are like 10 out of 10 on my hookup radar. Then on a relationship radar, I'd be like, no, we're good, man. She'd be like, really? Like, you don't think we'd be anything? No, 100%. I would never speak to you again. But there's girls on relationship radar for people that like, you'd be like, yeah, like you could hook up with her. I guess she's pretty cute, but she's a fucking stud. Like, this is the girl you want to end up with. Because like, you know, people get older, and also TBH, like, you can modify attractiveness significantly. Hit the gym, plastic surgery, makeup.
True.
That's a different girl. Whereas like, what is it, the thing? How do you, is it like, I saw a t-shirt once, it was like, plastic surgery exists, but you can't fix stupid. And you're like, yeah, that's true. That's a good point. And how do you fix like a shit personality? Can you imagine that? Like,
No, 100%. That's unfortunately, that's what it boils down to at the end of the day. Gotta have a good personality if you want to be around the person all day.
All day, different.
Or if you want to like actually secure, marry her, whatever.
Oh my God.
And vice versa.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't even get to, I mean, girls have a thing with guys in completely the same way. Like a guy could be, because also I think girls don't, it's good to be good looking as a guy, but I think girls like value height a lot. Fortunately, I'm 5'6", so clearly I never got laid before, but they value status a ton too. So like a lot of the girls that, a lot of the guys that girls find attractive are like sort of important people, like a fuckload of followers on social media, somebody famous, somebody wealthy. And that doesn't tell you dick about how cool they are as a person. You could be like, oh my God, Lindsay, are you really dating that guy with like 2 million Instagram followers? She's like, yeah, like what's he like? Like, he's a piece of shit. Oh man.
Abusive.
So some guy with 0 followers could be like the fucking man. And at the end of the day, relationships are basically all about like time alone. How is it? You're with him all the fucking time. And if mostly it's fucking YOLO and it's awesome, you won. And if it's mostly like, I just wish I was somewhere else, and other people are like, oh, your girlfriend's really hot, you're like, I know. Yes. But that shit gets old. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm older, but like, it gets old in minutes.
I would say that's right.
I'd
say that's right. I think a lot of people don't know that, or at least
if they don't process it.
Don't process it. So like, 100%. That's just like the truth. I'd agree. I think we're all on the same page.
That's a great point. But I want to talk about your back surgery.
Pardon the interruption, guys. Today I want to talk about this week's sponsor of the podcast,
HelloFresh. HelloFresh is perfect for me and Brodie because we're always on the move, traveling for the podcast. Right now we're in Michigan filming with Dr. Mike. HelloFresh really just helps me and Brodie reach our nutrition goals and keeps us well fed. If you haven't heard about HelloFresh, now you will. HelloFresh has doubled their menu, having over 100 different menu options each week with seasonal recipes and dishes from around the world. Dig in the bigger portions that keep everyone satisfied, including myself. You know I like to eat, and sometimes the smaller dishes don't do the job. So yeah, those bigger plates definitely keep me well fed. Feel greener with their veggie packed recipes. I struggle to get my greens in, just like a lot of other gym bros, and their veggie packed recipes include 2 or more veggies, and that's great for me because I can use all I can get. Get this, so now they're doing steak and seafood recipes delivered every week to your door for no extra cost. So we all know Brodie loves his seafood. My boy's from Louisiana, and HelloFresh has 3 times more seafood options at no extra cost. So maybe your boy will actually put on some size if he eats some more. As you guys know or may not know, your boy just bought a home, so HelloFresh is gonna come in super clutch, stopping your boy from eating out, eating crap, and just keeping me locked in. They're gonna send fresh ingredients every week to my door, and I'm looking forward to chefing it up in my new kitchen. There's some facts for you guys about HelloFresh that I didn't really know, but won me over. 91% of customers say they feel healthier with eating HelloFresh. 9 out of 10 people say dinner is more delicious with eating HelloFresh. HelloFresh is America's #1 choice for home cooking. Head over to HelloFresh.com/TWOP10FM to get 10 free meals plus a free item for life. Free meals applied as discount on first box. New subscriptions only. Varies by plan. That's HelloFresh.com/TWOP10FM to get 10 free meals plus a free item for life. Thank you, HelloFresh, for sponsoring today's podcast. Now, back to the content.
I want to talk about your back surgery.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
He showed us a gnarly score because I've never seen it. I seen like you wrapped up and stuff like that. I've never actually seen it, and so it's across your lower back, all
Yes.
all the way across.
Stitched up.
What happened? Why'd you have to have it?
So I didn't have to have it.
Okay, fair.
Voluntary. Plastic surgery, cosmetic.
BBL?
I did get a BBL. I just wanted the attention that boys give to these fat ass bitches. And you know what? I got it now, and it's great. 0 regrets. I had gotten purposefully really fat back in my natty days when I was in my 20s. Mm-hmm. I got up to 270 pounds at 5'6" at 30% body fat. And so I store a lot of my fat in my gut, and I store a fuckload of it in my love handles. I store more of it in my love handles than anywhere else on my body. My legs are always lean, my arms are decent, my chest is whatever, my back's whatever, my love handles are just out of control. Right. And I've had love handles like more or less my entire young adult and adult life. And I dieted down, super lean, pictures of striated glutes, but the love handles are still there because the skin doesn't go away. Mm-hmm. Skin does not functionally resorb at a high level if it's been stretched out enough. And when I eat some extra sodium and have more water or I'm under stress, those love handles fill with water, even though there's not a lot of fat cells left in there, or tons of fat cells, but they're all really, really small. And so I was like, this is my job to know these things. So I looked heavily into it, and it's like the only way to really get rid of this problem and finally get rid of my love handles for good was reconstructive cosmetic surgery. So I consulted with a doctor, alpha male plastic surgery, it's actually called that, believe it or not. Dr. Douglas Steinbreck, he works out of Chicago, New York, and Beverly Hills. Mm-hmm. Beverly Hills is where I got it because I'm fancy and shit. I pulled out Rolls Royce. No, I got it in Chicago. I was shot in the face right after that. So I kind of co-designed the surgery. So I told him what the nature of my situation was. And I was like, I feel like if we do, basically we take lipo to the area, liposuction, and then you cut out a huge swath of skin because it's extra skin. You pull the skin down, that'll be almost all the way, but you have to pull the skin in as well. And so we have to cut skin from the lateral aspect. So my scar it's a 270 degree scar that starts from this leg, goes all the way around just above my asshole to the other hip. And then there's 2 vertical lines on the sides right where my love handles are that are like 6 inches tall. So they cut there, ripped that skin out, cut the skin out, connected it together, stapled it all, and then I woke up in fucking agony. I wasn't in agony. I was on fentanyl, so it felt fine. But that's what they give you crazy shit in the fucking OR. Yeah, wow. Like drugs. So I was like, yo, where can I get more of this? Feel me? I'm not like an addict or anything, but no. So like they did the surgery. And the doc was like, him and I had not a bet going, but he was like, I just don't think there's a lot of stuff here. Cause like I was pretty lean, and usually he works with like regular people, and like I'm fat for a bodybuilder, but that means very lean for a regular person. And he's like, there's not much here. It's just like, we'll get the loose skin out, but I just don't think there's a lot. And I was like, I bet you there is. And he was like, yeah, like there might be some deeper fat. And then afterwards, did a consult 3 days later, and he was like, you were right, there's a lot of shit back there. So he cut 4 pounds of skin and fat out of my body. And I wanted to keep it, but they threw it away.
Damn.
So I was going to eat it. Wouldn't that be fucked up?
That would be fucked up.
Really metal, though.
Yeah. Really what?
Metal? Like,
Metal.
Yeah, like,
Oh yeah, that'd be hardcore.
sick.
Yeah.
I don't think many people can say they ate themselves.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
That'd be crazy.
oh, that would be great content. Fry it up
You
and
just
eat
do
it
a-
live on YouTube.
You do a mukbang?
It'd
Oh my
probably get a few
God. They're like,
million
what
views
is
for
that?
sure.
People in the comments like, don't ask that question. Yeah. So yeah, that's what it was. I'm healing now. It was 6 weeks off of lifting after the surgery, which was not fun.
Yeah.
The first 2 weeks I was so fucked up that I was like, fuck lifting.
Yeah.
2 weeks after I was like, eh. And then the last 2 weeks I was like, get me to a fucking gym.
Right.
Got cleared, started lifting super easy. I'm still easing into it, not going as hard and heavy as before, because don't be stupid is the number one rule.
Right.
Rule post-surgery. It's like after 3 months, you're completely cleared to do everything.
Yeah.
Don't be dumb within month 2.5 and pull something and be like, I have to get more surgery to fix that. Fuck that. Yeah. So I'm just now coming really back into hardcore lifting. It feels great. It takes 1 year for all of the inflammation to come down. And so it's going to be until next March that I look my final form. But it already is like, I just don't have love handles. So I like touch back there. And for the first time in my life, I don't have love handles. And it's fucking surreal. Yeah. It's like having like a 2-inch cock and then you touch a fucking new 9-incher. And you're like, I can't wait to do whatever it is people do with cocks.
So you're glad you did it?
Super glad. Super happy. I mean, okay, so it was a complication with healing, which is quite typical. I had an open wound in my back for 5 weeks. At some points in the process, I was like, did I make a mistake?
Yeah.
But after that healed, everything was great. The doctor was super awesome doing follow-up appointments. He's like, you're fine. You're not dying. Everything's fine. And healed up great. And yeah, don't regret it at all. I will almost certainly be doing future cosmetic surgeries. I have at least 2 more procedures hypothesized in my head to do a few years from now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any sneak peek or?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's hear about it.
I'm very likely going to, okay, so I have a genetic thing where I just have very lax abdominal wall. It's just loose. My parents have it, and it's just like a potbelly look. So I have videos of me online where I make like a super tiny vacuum with my waist and then I blow it out, and it's just like giant gut man. And it's like, it's not a body fat thing. I've had striated glutes. I can still do the same thing. I have DEXA scans showing that I have just below average for a normal man of my size intra-abdominal fat. So it's not even intra-abdominal fat. It's just laxity. And so the only way to fix that well is to get what's called plication. So they take your abs, they open you up, and they take your abs and they connect them from the inside. So they shrink down how much ab you have. You can do that to your obliques as well. That's cool, but it over time can grow again. So what I'm very likely going to get is that procedure, but with a mesh. And so they put this plastic sheath around your entire midsection, and it cannot be broken with human level forces. It'll just never break. Yeah. And so after you have that sheath, your waist is permanently very small. And I don't have a big bone structure, so my waist is probably going to get significantly smaller with the surgery. I'm thinking probably of doing the advanced procedure in which they break off your bottom 2 ribs, on each side, so 1 rib, and actually reattach it to face in more, and it brings your waist even closer together. And so like, is this something I would recommend to everyone? No. Right. Is it for me, like as a human, is it dope to be like modified by surgery to be even more extreme looking? Fuck yeah, I love that whole goddamn vibe.
I was thinking
so
that.
Yeah, and I don't like, now that I don't have love handles, I think I look pretty cool. I don't need any of this shit. I didn't need the first surgery.
Right.
But I don't know. I'm into this is like a philosophical movement called transhumanism, where like people be like, I'm human, I'm really proud of that. I'm like, yeah, humanity's dope, but like maybe we can upgrade ourselves to become cooler. So at first it's surgery, and eventually, dude, like if I can get like a fucking robot arm going, 100%, I'll be one of the first to volunteer for that shit.
Utilizing free will, man. He's doing what he can.
Fuck yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
exactly.
seriously.
Here's a question. Would you still be able to compete if you have all these modifications?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, dude, girls get fake titties and they compete.
Well, they're not judging their titties though, right?
They judge the whole shape, my friend.
Really?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Whoa.
The
Interesting.
titties form part of the silhouette. If you go side pose, they form the whole thing. Yeah, hell yeah.
I was thinking of that. Like, what if someone got like ab transplants?
So that's different. If you implant muscles, they will push you down for that.
Okay.
If you get surgery that removes skin or fat cells, they seemingly don't give a fuck. I'm not going to say who, but a bunch of the guys in the IFBB have had various surgeries like that. No one gives a flying fuck. Also, the scar is almost completely embedded in your posing trunks. No one cares. And here's the thing. If they told me, like, hey, you can't compete anymore in bodybuilding, I'd still do the fucking surgery. Yeah. Because the reason I lift and try to get jacked is just for that like 3 minutes at the end of every workout when you're lean, where you're in the fucking, you guys just did that, hit the poses and you're like, this is fucking everything. Like just existing in a fucking awesome cyborg body is the only reason I fucking live. Bodybuilding competition is dope. I love it. I'm hopefully going to get into it in like a year, hardcore again. But like, it's for me, it's all about the look. And also like, a lot of people will like have judged me for getting a surgery, and I think it's dope vibes when they judge. Like, listen, like I'm not some kind of moral hero or some shit, but I've gotten very, very lean without surgery. You can't get rid of extra skin or fat cells without surgery. So it's like, look, because a lot of guys will be like, you just fucking got to diet harder. I'm like, you just don't know enough science to make any sense.
Right.
But you know, if people are like, yeah, this is like the easy way out or whatever, I'm like, yeah, respect. I took the easy way out. Fuck it. I don't give a fuck.
I think you're allowed to do whatever the hell you want to do.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Like,
I also don't need necessarily people to accept my decision.
Right.
Like people be like, I disagree with the fact that you got surgery. Be like, dope, I totally respect that. I could see where you're coming from 100%.
Yeah.
I like it, but I don't need anyone to approve my shit, you know?
Fuck no.
But like, I will be posting cock pics soon on Instagram, and I desperately need approval for how that looks. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
We got you.
Yeah, if you want to just send it to us first to, pre-approve, we got you.
Yeah. You guys give me a blue check for my cock.
Yeah, we're just gym bros, man. So
other influencers love it.
I wanted to ask, too, since you just brought that up, take me back to young Mike. Where did the unhinged, just like your sense of humor stem from? Like, where did that all come from?
Genetics.
Genetics?
Standard. My dad is wacky as fuck. Okay. Like, if my dad is sitting next to you on an airplane, you start talking to him, he's going to try to make you laugh. Yeah. Probably successfully.
I love that.
Yeah, I just, I don't, so if you meditate at all, you're really aware of how your mind works, you realize that most ideas and most things to say, there's not a little you in there that comes up with them. Mm-hmm. They just come out of your brain. And then the you is what filters which ones come out of the mouth or which ones don't. Right. And so my brain comes up with some wacky shit to say. Yeah. And my filter, I just apply two filters. Is it appropriate in the situation? Like, am I going to make a joke that makes someone really, really upset in real life?
Right.
And do I think it's funny? And if it passes both filters, I'm probably going to say it. Mm-hmm. And I don't so much care about the funny part. If it seems funny to me, I'm very likely to say it. And not all the jokes fuck. Sometimes you say something stupid and people are like, cool, all right, that was Dr. Mike. And I'm like, all right, see myself out. That I think the number one advice I have for people that like maybe folks coming out of their shell a little bit more, they have some shit they want to say they think is witty and funny, but they're not sure if it's going to be accepted. YOLO, roll the fucking dice. Because the worst thing that happens is people are like, yeah, that was dumb. And you're like, yeah, word up. And you always have another fucking bullet in the chamber, right? Yeah. I can just make more jokes. Like no one's going to come down and say, you could never speak again or whatever. Fuck those people. True. So yeah.
I tend to do that too. You know, I get into weird moods and I just start saying some dumb shit.
Say some shit, man.
And sometimes they don't even laugh. And then I'm like, oh, okay. It wasn't the time.
It wasn't the time.
But I do have a filter as well sometimes where I'm like, all right, not the time and place. Yeah. And then I just won't say it. And or I'll just dilute it a little bit to make it less intense.
Less intense.
Yeah, absolutely. But,
like when you meet new people, you have to like kind of fill them out, fill their sense of humor.
100%. I do that for sure. But I'll also throw a little fucking Easter egg out there and see if they get on it. You know, like just some wacky shit every now and again. Yeah. You know, I can lie with a pretty straight face for joke effect. Yeah. So be like, yeah, man, you really remind me of my first wife. Yeah. And they're like, who's your first wife? I was like, I've never had it. I'm married to her now. And they're like, whoa, you just said that like it was true. I'm like, yeah, that's true. I could have said fourth wife. It would have sounded the same. Yeah. And so every now and again, I just love bullshitting, man. I can't fucking stop. Yeah. And if you're like, hey, I used to get in trouble for this literally as a professor because I was a legit college professor. And bro, like when I'm teaching, I got jokes. Yeah. And you'll learn some shit, but you're also going to get stupid Dr. Mike comedy hour. It's not funny all the time, but I'll get you giggling every now and again. And so every now and again, the jokes were like, students would be like, I don't like that this professor jokes. I swore too much when I was a professor. And now that I'm on YouTube, it's like, who gives a shit? The editing catches all that. Mm-hmm. And so I think sometimes people constrain themselves to how they think they're supposed to be acting, and as long as you're not saying things that are literally offensive to someone, like get on some real nasty racial humor where they're not cool like that.
Right.
I think saying some wacky stuff that comes to your brain every now and again, as long as it's not mega distracting, you're not supposed to be doing some special task. I think it's fucking dope, and people just vibe. When I was in high school and shit. I said almost nothing to anyone because I was super shy because I didn't want to embarrass myself.
Exactly.
And then I think enough public speaking, being a professor, and then obviously the YouTube shit, speaking about sports around the world and stuff. There's only so many times you can be in front of a camera in front of real life people. In my case, because Jared and I train a bunch of figure competitors and Miss Bikini Olympia, training Miss Bikini Olympia is arguably training one of the objectively hottest people in the world. If you're not nervous with her, you just have no capacity to be nervous anymore. Right. So people are like, dude, how do you say some of the shit you say? The last time I was embarrassed was, I don't even remember when, years and years ago. So you'd be like, come up to that person and say something. The only question I have is it going to make them uncomfortable? Yeah. I hate making people uncomfortable.
Right.
For real uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Joke uncomfortable all fucking day. I've been looking at your cock this whole fucking time. See?
Fair enough.
But if someone was like, hey, go talk to that person, I promise they're not going to make them feel uncomfortable. Yeah, fuck yeah, roll the dice, let's go. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You guys are probably the same way. You have to be if you're an influencer person, right?
Yeah. No, 100%. Last thing I want to do is make someone authentically uncomfortable. I'm like, oh
yeah, that'd be terrible. Yeah. Good God.
Oh man, 100%. Dude, he thinks I'm a fucking weirdo now.
Yeah. But anything short of that, if you didn't get authentically uncomfortable, but you think I'm fucking weird, I could give a flying fuck. In the best way possible. Yeah, I'm fucking weird. You got me.
Yeah.
I think people, maybe folks listening to this, who have all of us have issues with confidence and coming out and being the real version of you. There's just not really a downside to it. I mean, unless you're in middle school and people beat you up for stuff that you say, then again, do jiu-jitsu for 2 years. You don't have to worry about that anymore.
Damn right.
Be like, hey, shut up. Be like, make me, you motherfucker. And you turn around and give up your back. They're real confused.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Speaking of jiu-jitsu, it's kind of like a mix of Dana White and Joe Rogan, huh? You ever got that?
I'd the way I was made was...
True, honestly, I never thought about that.
Okay, so I was born in the Soviet Union. I was born in Moscow in 1984, peak Cold War. And they were they had a time machine device that worked pretty well. We're going to take two great American influencers, mix them together, add in a fuckload of steroids. But unfortunately, the steroids made me shrink. Okay. So Joe Rogan's 5'10", Dana White's 5'10", I'm 5'6", but with more muscle and way more head muscle and not as funny, not as relevant, not as wealthy, not as good looking. This is getting weird. Yeah, I'm a dog shit, Walmart version of both of those guys.
Well, I wouldn't give Joe Rogan the height. I don't think he's 5'10". Joe Rogan's pretty short, too. So probably your height.
I don't know how tall he is. There's no way he's 5'6", man. That's child height.
Maybe 5'7", 5'8". Then. Yeah, maybe.
What do you guys think of, how tall are you fellas?
5'8", 5'9".
Okay, you guys are perfect guys to ask this. What is 5'8"? Okay, because let me set up the scene.
Okay.
5'6", you're short. I don't give a fuck what kind of complex you're dealing with. Short, deal with it. You're good. Just learn how to eat pussy is all I got to say.
Yeah.
And after that, you can't push them away.
Right.
5'10", you're a normal height. You're a normal guy. You go to a bar, club, girls oh my God, 5'10", haha. That's it. You're good.
Yeah.
What is 5'8"?
It's an awkward
feel me?
To be honest.
I would consider it short, but enough to get away with it, if that makes sense. So
Bingo.
It was funny because I was watching Togi's video, and the Trent twins were talking. They actually name dropped me. They were like, everybody calls us short, and they were like, they're basically saying they always get called short. They were people like Brodie SHREDZ don't get called short.
Damn.
I'm an inch or two taller than them.
Yeah, so they're my height. They're 5'6",
so
5'7".
I think when you're 5'6", they people are really gonna press on it.
Well, you also have to think about just how you look versus how tall you actually are.
That's true.
So Mike and Chris are 200 plus pounds at 5'6", right. And they're wide.
Yeah.
So they look shorter than they actually are.
Yes, they look shorter, but they don't have that with short people who are really skinny and light. You're the way I feel a lot of people in the world, in the real bro world and the real dating world interact with you, is they just consider you small. Right. And you can't be intimidating. You have to be super clever, super good looking, or super funny at that point to get your little bullshit. Mm-hmm. But if you're 5'6" and you're enormous, you show up to the club and the girls are how do the other guys deal with him? And the other guys are in line to shake your hand so you don't kill them with your giant arms. And the girls are okay, he's whatever. They might not be super attracted to you, but at least you get some kind of respect for being taking up space or some shit like that.
Absolutely.
But it does absolutely make you look shorter. I thought Jay Cutler was 5'6" when I saw him. Then I come up closer, he's actually 5'9".
Yeah.
But I met him when, he does not remember this, when I was like a child and he was in his prime. And I swear to God, I thought he was like a human refrigerator. Like, it was the fucking weirdest thing in the world. Each one of his delts was the size of his head. And how could he not look short with that shit? Yeah, it was wild.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Plus, he competed with Ronnie Coleman, and Ronnie Coleman was 6'2". So when you fucking
5'11" and a half.
5'11" and a half.
Oh,
He was exactly
I was wrong?
5'11"
Okay,
and a
damn.
half.
I thought he was taller.
No.
5'11" and a half, damn. But
But
still,
that's like,
I mean,
that's, dude, 6 feet tall,
Yeah.
weighing 287 pounds on stage.
That's freaky.
It's nonsense.
Yeah, it's nonsense.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, I would consider myself short.
You
I feel
would.
like-
Same.
Yeah, I would.
It's better to do that than the opposite. What you don't want to do is consider yourself normal height or tall and have someone like fucking put that on you at some point. Like, man, 5'8", you're fucking short, and all the girls are like, ha ha ha, and you're like,
Yeah, no, just accept
but if you're like, yeah, you're like, I'm short, then they do the opposite, where they're like, you're not really short, and you're like, oh, stop.
Yo, that's kind of true.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
That's good.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It's a little manipulation.
Exactly.
I'm
Get
super
ahead of
short.
it. You gotta
And
get
then
ahead
you're
of it.
like, whoa, I definitely expect you shorter. And then
Exactly.
kind of tall.
Exactly.
That's actually the tough questions. Would you add 4 inches to your height or to your cock?
My wife's Asian, it would kill her. So height.
Okay, there you
I mean,
go.
neither. I mean, like, okay, so like I've actually looked into this. You can legitimately add 6 inches to your height in the course of 3 years, back to back. You could do it at the same time. It would be fucking brutal. They have bone extension surgeries. Very well vetted, very well understood. They're low risk, they work, but the rehab is a year and a half.
That's crazy.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a fuck. Like,
Yeah.
I actually, here's the thing about mine, not that anyone gives a shit. I didn't know that being short was considered statistically unattractive to females until I was in my late 20s. Like, nobody ever told me. And I'm like, theory of mind wise, I'm a guy. So I'm like, well, I never thought short girls were unattractive. I never thought tall girls were unattractive. I don't give a fuck how tall you are, bitch. Let's get it popping.
Yeah.
So I never thought girls cared, but apparently girls care a lot about height. I just never knew this. And so now that I'm 40 and I'm married, first of all, on technical grounds, I could give a flying fuck what women think about me at all, clearly. And then also, like, what is exactly awesome about being tall other than getting more pussy when you're in your 20s? I have no idea. Like, I don't play basketball, like I give a flying fuck. If I could get longer arms for more reach in combat, that I might do that. Arm extension surgery is still really experimental. They
Right.
can do it, but fuck that. I'm not spending a year and a half on a fucking...
Hell no.
And then what if you
Nah.
feel wonky and shit after? Like,
Right,
you
no,
don't
that
feel
does
that
happen.
same
The
connection.
dude, sometimes they heal wrong and they got to go in there and re-break the shits. Fuck 100% of that. But
Yeah.
You would look a lot more uneven. You would
Yeah,
look
like,
more
I feel like you
Oh,
look
yeah.
freaky.
Dude, well, see, for me, I want the fucking ape look, bro. So down the line, I may very well get the fucking arm extension. But I guess being taller would be cool. You also have to relearn your body. Your balance gets all thrown off. I
Yeah.
mean, imagine walking on stilts for all day long. You'd be like, what the fuck? This is awkward.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I guess the cock thing. Okay, straight up, no one gives a shit about this. I'll just say it. I think my cock is like slightly below average in size. Legit, like based on normative data. And so I'm not going to destroy you with a giant cock or whatever, but it's not going to be so small that you're like, this is ridiculous. Why am I here? And like, I'm good with that. Now, if I could get like lengthwise, I'm fucking solid. Girth-wise, you know what I'm saying, fellas? I feel me an extra fucking inch there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, my poor wife, but...
Right.
This is what guys talk about when they're away from their girlfriends. So.
Let me see your cock, bro.
Yeah, but to kind of hit a transition there, so we don't talk about that forever. I was super interested in your genius shot that you gave us a while ago,
Yeah.
and I kind of wanted to hear like what kind of protein y'all use, and what's like a good protein versus a bad protein.
So the thing with protein is like number one is quality, and that ranges all the way from like gluten, which is a plant protein, which about half of it gets like shat out because it can't digest it, and the other half of it is such a bad matchup for what your cells actually need that you don't even add that to muscle tissue, which is why it has a PDCAS, like it's a protein quality score. I'm going to convert it to a percent because it's actually a decimal, but it's like 25% out of 100. Like that fucking sucks, right? It's missing a lot of the key amino acids you actually need to get jacked, and so if you eat a shitload of bread, you're like, I'm going to get fucking jacked. Like you're false. That's not going to happen. Yeah. And then you work up through like legumes and shit and nuts, and then eventually you get into some like decent plant products. Like tofu's pretty good. all animal products pretty much, or almost all of them, like meats and stuff and milks, are really, really high quality. Whey protein is so far the highest quality thing they've tested. They had 100 as an egg standard. So egg whites are 100 on the score. They're like the best. And then they tested whey protein and it scored 104. So they're like, oh, it's even better. Yeah. And then we took a fraction of that for the Genius shot. That fraction is called BLG, beta-lactoglobulin. It's the fraction that it doesn't have some of the immunogenic peptides. So it's not, it's very good for your health. But traditional whey protein and milk protein has still even bigger health benefits by a small margin. But we took that protein, and that's the part that doesn't clump, it barely goes bad, and it completely emulsifies in water to the point where it is like you're drinking 23 grams of protein in the Genius shot, and it's like, this is like juice or something. You guys tried it, yeah? Like, you're like, where's the shake part? You don't even have to shake it.
Right.
That's a fucking miracle. That's why we're making the Genius shot, because a lot of people want high quality protein. And by the way, the Genius shot's protein quality is roughly what steak is. It's like excellent protein quality. But you do this, and it's 23 grams of protein.
The conveniency.
Unreal.
Is that a word? Conveniency?
Yeah.
Anyway, but like how fast you could take it anywhere, and how fast you could take it.
Yep.
Yeah, and you're not like bloated, you're not full, you didn't have to fill it with water.
Yep.
That's honestly, it was insane. It doesn't feel kind of real.
It's trippy. It's like magic.
Is it like new technology that like only exists now that you can extract that type of protein?
I'll super explain this.
Right.
So the
versus,
way,
like, in the past.
Yes, the way that so look, we don't really have like humanoid robots. They're still in testing, right? And so little children have little tiny fingers. They're the only ones that can do the process. So we actually have to open up factories in parts of the world that don't enforce child labor laws. That's where our protein comes from. You can't make it in America because they don't let little kids go to work. No, we treat the kids fine. We give them a number. It's much more simpler than giving them a name. And they get to sleep at the factory, but the lights go off at 8 p.m. and the door's locked. So I think they sleep at the factory. There's tons of dog food there for them to eat. There's a toilet bowl for them to drink out of. It's so great. Yeah. Trust me, compared to where they live in, it's a better life, I think. I don't really care because I don't have goddamn little kids, little bitch-ass little fingers. Now, you start growing up, you either get put into the protein container to get mulled through that, or they just like, I think the guy who runs the factory with an AK, he kicks the door open and he's like, you have 5 seconds and fuck off. Sometimes he's in a good mood, he lets you run away. Sometimes he just takes a couple shots. Yeah. So that's Genius shot.
Okay.
No, but all seriousness aside, so the BLG process, the process to take all of milk and extract BLG is a little bit new, and only a few places around the world do it. And so we actually ran out of BLG, which is why right now, like if this comes out in the next few weeks, you can't get it because we ran out of BLG. We literally used up all the BLG that there is in the world, more or less. Okay. And so in a few weeks, the production kickstarts again, and then I think in 2026 we're supposed to have like a nearly infinite amount. Nice. But it is new enough for us to have run aground of the whole supply, which really we're not planning on, but we didn't. I don't know about we didn't. You want to approach business as like not worst case scenario, but like moderate pessimism. Mm-hmm. Like, can this business still be profitable if on a scale of 1 to 100 we score 25 of like how excited people are about the product? And it turns out people were like 90% excited, and we ran out of stock in like 3 months, and we're like, holy fuck, people just bought all the shit. Yeah. It's kind of cool.
Not a bad problem to have, though.
It's just a great problem. Yeah. It's still a fucking problem, though. People are like, where do I get Genius shot? People text me. Like, hey, man, I got a client prepping for a show. He needs Genius shot. It's good with his digestion. I'm like, I have a few boxes myself, and when we run out of those, I'm just like everyone else, right? Fucking don't do shit. Yeah, there's no secret stash that the insiders get. Yeah, it sucks, man. We need to do like an Ocean's 11, like BLG heist. Or like go to Sweden and steal cows. I don't know. I haven't thought the plan through, but I feel like we're in. Yeah.
Welcome.
That's funny, but no, it was really good. I was actually surprised.
Me too.
And not surprised.
I'm like really
not surprised, but the
surprised.
flavor.
Because dude, we've been around the fitness industry a while, right? Between the three of us, protein shakes, bro. Here's the thing. You guys ever give a regular person who doesn't lift or do supplements a protein shake? Yep. You guys know it, then you've learned the lesson. Yep. The lesson is do not tell them it tastes like a fucking chocolate shake. You're a huge disappointment for that shit. Mm-hmm. Like I used to have like friends be like, oh my God, it's just like a chocolate shake. Like, do not tell people that. It tastes like medicine. Yeah. Like, bad medicine. If you tell people it's bad medicine, a regular protein shake will taste fine. They'll be like, oh, this isn't that bad. You overhyped it. I'm like, good, that was on purpose. With Genius Shot, you expect it to be like protein shake tasting. And you're like, dude, this actually tastes really good.
Mm-hmm. I expected it to be a lot worse than protein taste. Because like if it has 23 grams and it's condensed into this little bottle, I really expected it to taste like shit. I was like, I don't even know if I want to try it because I'm really picky. I'm a bitch with that stuff. So I was like, I let Brodie drink it first, see his reaction.
Oh, amazing. That's what friends are for.
Yeah.
Make sure the shit doesn't kill us. Go.
True. So I took it down. Didn't even like, I was like, damn.
I love
Tastes
it.
like the like clear way.
Yeah.
Kind of a clear way vibe.
Except in like a quarter of the volume.
Yeah. I couldn't believe it.
And it's 23 grams of protein, 0 carbs, 0 fats, which I think is just pure magic. Like, it does spoil the fuck out of you. I had to have like a regular protein shake a while back, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, especially during workouts, because I take protein and carbs with my workouts, like sip on it and then during the end clear it. I had to have like a chocolate thick goopy shake. I was traveling, and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I got spoiled.
No, seriously, because you have to drink the whole thing. And
Yeah.
it's not nearly as like you just can't get it over with.
100%.
Yeah. I remember too thinking about like when I first started like lifting, I was like 16, and this was before like, there was like a million brands making a million great tasting flavored proteins.
It's amazing
right?
now. Yeah.
I was 16, so it was like 2015.
Yeah.
It was 2015 or something like that, and I was like, Dad, get me this chocolate protein. Like, I thought it was going to change the game. I thought I was going to get jacked from it or something like that.
Yeah.
And he tasted it, and he's like, oh, it tastes like a chocolate shake. It tastes like chocolate.
Come on, Dad.
I swear. That's exactly how he
That's so
described it. So I was like,
funny.
oh, great. Tasted it. I literally never touched a tub after
Oh,
like
my
that.
God.
So I was so picky. Yeah, I was like, dude, this is like chalky. And then
chalky.
the way now is way better than what it used
better.
to be 10 years ago, 11 years ago. But like now that I'm so accustomed to drinking shakes, I could see where my dad says it tastes like a chocolate shake because
Dad
we
had had a
don't
few of them
indulge
before.
in chocolate shakes
Yep.
like we used to when we're kids.
Yep.
So we'd have nothing to compare it to
Yep.
anymore. It does taste really good to us.
Your last shake before that was like a fucking Oreo smoothie, and you were like, oh, it's going to taste like this. It is not going to taste like that.
And then if I give my girl a protein shake, she, and it says like whatever cookie flavor, she's expecting it to taste like crumble. And she's, oh, I can't even,
Can you imagine?
You know what I mean?
wish.
So
Yeah,
like, that's the difference.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to make that happen. Once.
Oh yeah.
They're going to make it happen.
Yeah.
It's
Ghost
a matter
gotta
of
do that.
time.
I'll probably collab with them soon.
Yeah.
They'll probably steal your idea.
Who?
Ghost.
Well, I mean, I'm with Ghost.
Yo, Ghost fucking tastes great.
Oh,
Their flavor
Shout
profile's
out.
insane.
Dude, like the fact they have little like chocolate chip cookies in the shit, Oreos in the shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, it's not a protein you want to drink when you're like thirsty post workout. I'm choking on cookie dust. But like as far as like a taste experience, Ghost is goated. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah. Chips Ahoy has been my number one since even before I got with them, and it's leaving. It's leaving.
Yeah, some of the big collabs are on their way out the door.
Yeah, so Mondeleves or whatever, the company that they collabed with that owns Chips Ahoy, they own Chips Ahoy, Nutter Butter, Oreo, and the Sour Patch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Big
Swedish
transition.
Fish.
whoa,
They're all-
they're like an evil candy conglomerate.
Yeah.
What do you think those billionaires do behind closed doors?
Some freak offs, probably.
Freak off. So you get like a stripper to lie down on a table and you just pour Chips Ahoy cookies on that bitch.
Yeah, that's probably what they do.
She's like,
Shit
ow.
like
Yeah.
Shut up. You're getting paid well.
By the way, I went check out your sauna over there. They have baby oil in there. I don't know if you've seen that.
Actually?
Yeah, I don't know. It was just-
All right. So I was collabing with a gentleman named DJ Shipley, who's a U.S. Navy SEAL, former SEAL, just a few days ago in Virginia Beach. And my Scott the video guy and I and Max the editor boy, the team at YouTube, we were just walking around on the boardwalk after. Just whatever. Virginia Beach, it's cool. Boardwalk's
I've been there one time.
infinity long, right?
Yeah.
And these two gentlemen came up and they were like, we were sitting down and they were like two African-American young gentlemen who were like had a YouTube channel. They were interviewing people for YouTube. And they came up and they're like, do you guys want to be in a YouTube video? And I was like, well, absolutely. And the first question they asked me was kind of, it threw me off because they were like, all right, you have to have a choice. Either your mom dies. And I was like, damn, fellas, all right.
When it starts.
All right.
Yeah, just like, damn, all right.
Or you have to go to a Diddy party. And I flipped the script on them hard. They took them a few seconds to adjust because I was like, why do you have to threaten me to go to a Diddy party? I would pay good money to go to a fucking Diddy party. What have I heard so far that is wrong about a Diddy party? What's bad? Everyone's having a good time. Sex everywhere, arguably in too many places. Baby oil, recreational drugs, famous people. Did I mention the sex? I'm sorry. the tickets would cost an inordinate amount of money if they sold them. You don't have to threaten to be like, put the gun down. My mom's going to be totally fine. Where's the Diddy party? I'll go for free.
I'll go for free.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to a Diddy party too if my mom's staying alive.
Yeah,
100%.
That's easy.
Yeah.
I would do a lot worse things than a fucking Diddy party. That's what I'm talking about. Someone's like, okay. Eat this delicious cheeseburger or your mom dies. You're like, you could have just offered me the cheeseburger. So they asked me, and I gave them the same answer because they were like, well, I'm like, where's Diddy at? You feel me? I'm trying to get to the party, and they're like, he's in jail. I'm like, I'm saying I've been to jail too, big homies. Ain't no thing. He gets out. It's on.
Yeah.
So yeah, fuck yeah, Diddy party all day long. And I do have a lot of. There's a sauna here, a lot of baby oil because that's the thing. Like, you think you're on that next level, like Hollywood sex party shit. Like you think you know. And then you find out about like the 1,000 pounds of baby oil, and you're like, my idea about scale was totally off. It's kind of like I have like like a server rack in the basement for my shit, and Sam Altman has like a field in Texas that's there's 1,800 NVIDIA servers. That's next level.
Yeah.
That's my aspirationally what I'm trying to do. So when I'm just trying to be like, oh, like what's up, baby? I got baby oil in this little, like a travel container. Like imagine she's been to a Diddy party. She's like, nah, fam, that ain't it. And you're like, well, what do you mean? She's like, I need gallons of the shit. And then ask the question like, why that much baby oil? You guys ever thought that through? Like physically, what are they using it for?
Right.
Yeah, like I don't know, like a fucking fill a tub with it.
Now we're talking.
That was
Yes.
the first thing. It's like,
Yes.
why that much? It's like, what is that? Is that necessary?
Is that necessary? And
Is he sponsored?
we're just like total idiots out to lunch even questioning the wisdom of P. Diddy. Because it's almost like someone's like, you watch like a huge bodybuilder use like 6 plates on a side for leg press, really good technique. And someone who doesn't know anything about lifting is like, is that really necessary? Like, is that bad for his knees? You're like, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. Of course that's necessary. He's Mr. Olympia. I think P. Diddy's like the Mr. Olympia of sex parties. And so, you know what I'm saying? If you're like, do you really need like 10 gallons of baby oil per person? He would just eye roll you like, kid, you just don't know.
You don't get it.
There's something we don't know, and it's important. And I feel like we, as an American people, we need the court documents. Have you seen the court documents talking about why they need that much shit? You for real seen it?
Yeah, he studies law actually, so I think he's probably serious.
Well, someone mic his ass up. What the fuck is going on, man? Tell us the secret. See, you tell me, and I'll restate to the camera.
Over here.
Yeah, get
in here, man. No, take
We're
the
on
fucking
topic.
mic, bro. Why? What is P. Diddy? No, come on.
over here.
Come on.
He's shy.
What? Okay, I'll
He's
ask the
shy.
question. What is? First of all, what's your name, young man?
CJ.
Squat down.
CJ.
Hit a squat. There you go.
CJ. First of all, you're a fine-looking young man. Has anyone ever told you that? Great. But clearly you have that, like, you have a little chip on your shoulder, and you shouldn't, because you've never been to a Diddy party and you're pissed about it. Same chip. My man. We would definitely need like the buddy system.
Oh, 100%.
Hey CJ, if I'm not back in 15 minutes, just call the fucking police. Ring the fire alarm. You study law, and you have seen the case, and you know something about baby oil that we don't.
Regarding baby oil, I think it's a great system. I think it's a great lubricant to all things. Honestly, like, I tend to agree with it. I mean, listen, Mike, if you put baby oil on yourself, I think you become irresistible in a way.
So why do you need that much?
Why do you need that much?
Yeah.
If you run it, you're going to run out of it. Especially if you're doing it daily, back to back to back, because that's what these fucks are doing.
It's a good point.
Back to
That's a
back.
good point.
I mean, you just have a stash. Why would I run back to the store when I can just get a fuck ton right now?
Here's the thing. When your stash is that big, you could be wasteful with it. If you got 1 or 2 bottles, then you
you're starting to ration.
You got to ration.
And then you're starting to think.
Yeah, she's like,
no
I
one
need
wants
more
to do
baby
that.
oil, and you're like, bitch, we don't have that much left. Make do with what you have. That's not a vibe.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Plus, they're all on drugs, and they don't want any issues looking for the reserves.
You
So
can't
there's
look for
just so
shit.
many
You can't
in
even
there.
see your own hand at that point.
Yeah.
But you can feel I don't know what you're feeling at that point.
You just want to get weird. You want to get weird, and I'm down to get weird.
And baby oil's not going to be the limiting factor. It's like Elon launching rockets, and like, oh, we ran out of fuel. Nah, that's not going to work. Yeah, extra fuel.
Duh.
I love it. Thank you so much, man.
Thanks, CJ.
You guys got smart people with you.
No, of course.
Because you got to shoot out in a little bit, correct?
I have 8 more minutes.
Okay. Because we had a guest on the show before, and y'all had a little back and forth. Wanted to hear your side, because I kind of talked about it on our podcast. I believe y'all hashed it out, not to bring up old stuff, but what happened with Greg Doucette? Why did y'all have that beef? Or y'all good now?
Yeah, we're good. We're good. looks like Eric Janicki is a mutual friend.
Yes.
And like, man, it got weird put Eric between all that shit. And
Yeah,
he's
he was
super
also
mature,
one.
and he was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Uh-huh.
And at some point, like I can hate for sport, like it's fun to hate a little bit, but like for real hate, it like eats at you, man. Fuck all that. So I was like, hey, Greg, I'm not trying to do the beef anymore. And
Right.
I believe his response verbatim was, that's what he says. So no, man, all love and respect. And I get the beef originated with him making shit a little personal in the criticisms, and I was like, oh, dope, I can do that too. So I attacked his character in a way that I thought was valid, and it got weird.
Yeah.
It wasn't fun to do.
It was exhausting.
I stand by everything I said, but I'm not trying to be all negative and fucking weird anymore. And so, I don't think he's either. So
That's good.
you know, Greg does like the TMZ version of YouTube, which is like an important niche. Somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to talk that shit. And so he's good at it. And now when he makes videos, I just like, yeah, that's just Greg doing what he does. He also explained that he basically sees YouTube as like WWE, like characters and shit talking, but none of it's real. I did remind him some of it's actually real, and he's like, well, and I was like, all right, well, that is how it is. So no, it's all Gucci.
Fair enough. Well, that's good. Your hash things up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Would you ever have you? Wait. I seen some video y'all were together. Was it Jesse James video?
Yes.
How'd that go? Like you're a good mutual.
So I was probably like more aggressive to him than he was to me. So Greg will like make fun of your deepest personal flaws on the internet, and then when you see him in real life, he's just like super charming, super nice guy who has no beef with anyone.
Right.
It's weird because you're like, what the fuck? I thought I was going to have to fight this guy. And he's like, Mike, how are you? And I'm like, oh, and also the voice is a different voice. She's like, Mike, how are you? And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And so it's a little bit getting used to. But after that, it's like, oh, okay, this is all for the lols. It's all for entertainment.
Right.
Once I understood that, I was like, all right, well.
Yeah, no, it's hard to. He does a really good job at like almost rage baiting. You know?
This essentially
I wouldn't say almost.
I thought that's exactly who he was
Yep.
in real life, and then until we met him, and I was like, holy shit.
Yep. Totally
This is
different
a
guy.
totally
Well, he admitted that. It's like essentially, what can I say to get views?
Yeah.
100%. He only cares about views, which is cool. That's how you're going to do it. That's how you're going to do it. Yeah.
Fair enough. There you got.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had it.
Yeah. You guys are real late to this beef. It's like last year's beef, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we weren't really.
Well, we
were
just never
aware
were
of
able
it.
to hear your side.
Yeah.
Because I think before y'all made up, we had him on. Because I believe before that Gymshark event, we went to Halifax.
But what the fuck did he say about me?
I can't even remember.
That's essentially what we just said.
Yeah.
That he
Yeah.
that he basically
He would be
did
friends
it for
with you. He
views.
said. He did say that. He's like, I would be friends with Mike. I just do it all for views, and it's just fun, and
Yeah.
I have to find things that will make him react. So he responds.
So here's the
Yeah,
thing,
it's
like, it's for sure, it's fun all the way around.
Right.
The thing is, like, some fraction of comments, they don't know that it's for fun, and they're not joking, and so like parts of my social media comments are unusable because there's so many of these people from Greg Doucette's videos that
Trolls.
didn't quite get that it was a joke,
Right.
and they just like just try to excoriate you all the time, and I never know how to process that because no one ever talks shit anyone to people's faces anymore,
Yeah.
which is good because there's just be a lot of fights. But the kind of audacious shit people say on comments, like if you're having a bad day and you're feeling a little violent, you take that shit the wrong way and you think about it too long and you're like, this is fucking stupid.
Right.
I gotta say, like, the average person does not get insulted thousands of times a day. And like, if you read your comments, that is exactly what happens when you have millions of subs.
That's like only possible in today's age. too.
100%.
Yeah.
And so I had to make, like, over the last year, I had to make like a calibration in my head of like, okay, these people, I'm sure they're totally cool people. They're either just fucking with me, which is dope, respect, vibes, I love it, or they like they don't really know who I am and they hate the image of the person that I am. They don't actually know me because none of these people have ever met me.
Also fair.
And if they don't like who I really am, again, it's okay. Not everyone's gonna like you. And after that adjustment, you're like, all the hate comments don't seem as bad. But for a while, I was like, yo, what the fuck? And I was like, who the fuck? Where on the internet are these people coming from? The answer was Greg Doucette's videos.
Yeah.
And I don't send a concomitant number of hateful people his way, because I frankly don't really talk about him much on the channel, just when people ask me in interviews and stuff, and the occasional joke here and there. But he's made like, I don't know, 20 or 25 videos exclusively about me, which again, that's his job. You know,
Yeah.
like we make videos about Hollywood people training, and you know, if Hugh Jackman caught me on a fucking bad day, he'd be like, I'll fuck you up next time you say anything. I'd be like, yes, Mr. Hugh Jackman, can I give you a blowjob, please?
It's funny. I feel like in a different version or different way, y'all would be a great duo. Y'all
Greg and I?
Y'all both know exactly what y'all talking about. Y'all both have a good sense of humor. I feel like what?
I'm just like
You counting for me?
Yeah.
Do
I've been
do you
doing that
agree?
today.
Both
Like,
short.
I feel like they would be a
Yeah,
good duo.
I think that like it's a good like they're not identical, but they have the same.
You'll have some same characteristics.
Yeah, same characteristics, but they're in different versions of it. That's
Sure,
all. But
sure,
very
sure.
very identical in ways as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you guys think of if Greg and I collabed and the video started with like jokes and science and lifting, and at the end we just made love, physical love, explicit physical love?
I can't think of a better ending.
Yeah.
A happy ending.
It would be very happy.
Get it?
But the ending would take a long time to end, is what I'm trying to say. Hours of very close-up zoom love. Okay, how about this thumbnail title? Coach Greg and Dr. Mike go to Diddy party.
I'm saying bare minimum 10 million views.
10 million, easy.
Video of the year.
Video.
Do you guys think like once Diddy gets out of jail, maybe never?
I thought he's out now.
Is he out? My
minimum.
Minimum?
He's minimum 20 years.
my lord!
Oh wow, I thought he got out.
I guess you
somehow.
can't like force people to have sex in exchange for anything. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, these jokes don't seem as funny anymore. But okay, let's say he gets out in 20 years, right? I don't know. We're not going to be robots by then. But like, what if I'm like, he gets out, he's like, I don't know, the lawyers ate up all his fucking fortune or some shit. He'd be like, yo, Diddy, you trying to collab? He'd be like, what you got? I'd be like, let's do the Diddy party again, except no more secrecy. You sign a waiver, the cameras come in. You know what I'm saying? I'll drop trow in front of a fucking camera. I don't give a fuck. I beat you motherfuckers to the shit. I do have a small cock, and now you're going to see it.
Yeah.
So turn away if you want. OnlyFans release, Netflix, Amazon Prime. We could have like a BTS, like Diddy party. Shit you didn't want to know.
Uh-huh.
Shit you really didn't want to know. That's part 2.
Part 2. You thought about this.
You guys want in on this shit? Mega collab. Me, Greg Doucette, you two, CJ, you're in, right? Like easy. We need a guy to hold the camera. You feel me? But not the whole time, because you need to participate as well. Yeah. Wait, what's that? Oh, my dog. The main event.
The main event.
Oh, I got like a minute left. Okay. What exactly is Diddy? Was he he was participating clearly, right? But he also has to maybe direct the shit a little bit, you people in the back corner here, because there were stations, right? Is that my correct understanding? You did there's an S&M station, and I ran out of fetishes. That's really my only one. Whatever other people are into, yeah. Was there some weird shit where there are people who weren't old enough to be having sex also, or no?
See, that's where
That's where I'm out.
Yeah, no, 100%. All jokes aside.
That
was the
Not
crazy
cool.
allegations.
Yeah.
That there was what do you call it? Child sex trafficking involved.
Yeah.
That was also involved.
You should go to jail for life in that case.
Yeah, no,
Minimum.
100%. 20 years ain't 20
Yeah.
years ain't enough.
But
No, for sure.
But that he didn't get in court. He didn't get what's the word? Charged with that. He got charged for
overall, he's a bad guy.
I'll tell you now real quick. If he's not getting charged for it, that means absolutely not enough evidence to put him away on that. They would have gone for him 100%.
100%.
You said what?
Yeah, I bet
His
they cost a
defense
fucking
lawyers
pretty
were really
penny. Good
yeah.
God.
I'd imagine if he had that much
All
money.
right, but Dr. Mike has to get out of here. So, final words. What do you want to leave the audience with?
Yep.
Stay the fuck away from Diddy parties. All jokes aside.
Thank you for that, actually.
But if it's just a few of your friends and several metric tons of baby oil, I don't think anything wrong can happen. Honestly, on a real note, yeah, I don't know what we learned here, but be as much of yourself as you're comfortable with being, and remember that if you show more of yourself to the world in a way that doesn't grotesquely offend people on purpose, worst case is you lose people in your life that shouldn't have been around to begin with, and best case you gain a whole lot of organic new friends and followers, and everything's going to be better. So just vibe, man. I used to be real restricted, and even in these kinds of interviews I just wouldn't say much unless I was asked, technical questions only. But you start talking that shit, man, maybe just never stop. The worst that can happen is you're a 41-year-old balding lunatic who hangs out with younger people and thinks he's still funny even though no one's laughing.
Yeah,
That's it.
that was a great message. I love it.
Perfect.
Thank you for having me on, guys.
Absolutely.
thanks.
We'll wrap up there.
Thanks for having us over.
Dr. Mike,
Thank you.
everyone.
Pleasure. Yep.
Yeah, appreciate it once again.
Heck yeah.
All right, see you, nerds.